Кохайтеся, чорнобриві, та не з москалями, бо москалі, чужі люди, роблять лихо з вами. The famous words of Taras Shevchenko, the beginning of his famous poem Kateryna, and a sage advice to the people of Ukraine in general. Well, he was called a prophet for a reason.
Hi friends, welcome to Verba channel. It is Nika with you, and today we will talk about a famous Ukrainian poem Kateryna that was written by Taras Shevchenko, and not less famous painting called Kateryna that was painted by Taras Shevchenko. Yes, many people know Taras Shevchenko as a Ukrainian poet, but actually he was a professional artist too, and his paintings are incredibly important in Ukrainian culture. Agree that it doesn't happen often that the poet illustrates his poems expressing his own view of his composition. The poem Kateryna was written in 1838. And it is a story of a girl who fell in love with a Moscovite soldier Ivan. Now, pay attention to the words москалі и Moscovian. These are the real names that were used to describe Russian nation before they appropriated the name Rus and transformed it to Russia from Kievan Rus. So even though now many people accept it as a kind of profanity, it actually is a historical name of modern Russia and literature words in Ukrainian. But going back to the poem, Shevchenko describes Kateryna as a beautiful girl with black eyebrows. This beauty and these eyebrows didn't do any good to the girl though. Kateryna started dating Ivan. They met in the cherry garden at night, and the girl forgot all her life and just dissolved in her feelings. She stopped caring what people might say. She was just hoping that one day he will take her with him to Moscovia and that they would always be together. But one day, Ivan went on a military trip to Turkey and promised Kateryna that after the war he would return for her. And so Kateryna was waiting for him, especially since she's got one more reason for it, because she got pregnant. And of course it has put a huge stain on her reputation in her local village. It was not common for Ukrainian society to have intimate relationships before marriage, and especially to have a bastard baby. So now she was called покриtka. This is how the girl that gave birth to an illegitimate child was called, because her head now had to be covered with this kind of scarf, покрита хусткою. Other girls didn't communicate with her because it would stain their reputations too. So Kateryna started suffering from isolation. She even had to go to a well for water at night when there were fewer chances to meet anyone there. But even then, her heart was full of hope, and she was just waiting for her Ivan would come for her and their future child. The shame fell on her parents as well, of course, and they suffered a lot because of this. When Kateryna gave birth and it became obvious that Ivan didn't rush to return to the girl, her parents just couldn't stand the social pressure anymore. Where is the promised wedding? Where is the groom? You didn't listen to my warnings then, and now go search for your happiness in Moscovia, said her mother to Kateryna. And so she went. She took her little Ivan, a bit of soil from the parents' garden, because she kind of felt that she would not return home anymore, and that probably death is waiting for her in the foreign land. So she wanted to have at least a bit of local soil with her in the grave. her way and search were really very difficult. People were not kind to a single mother with a bastard. She often even had to spend nights wherever, somewhere under the fence, for example. Kateryna felt really sorry for her son. She called him a little orphan, and she understood that he was kind of paying for his mother's sins. But one day she's got lucky. Also, I'm not sure that it could be called this way. But she met a group of Moscow military, and there he was, among them, her Ivan. She ran to him, and he acted as he didn't recognize her. He asked his friends to drag her away from him, and when she said about their son, and she asked at least to take care of their baby, he didn't even want to listen. And in despair, Kateryna has left her son and found her death in the frozen pond. At the end of the poem, we see one more scene. The boy, little Ivась, is traveling with a kobzar now. And kobzars were kind of Ukrainian bards, and they often had orphans as their companions. On their way to Kiev, they meet a carriage with a rich pan and pani. The lady gives some money to the boy, and the gentleman recognizes Ivась, his brown eyes and black eyebrows. Recognizes, but he just turned away again. And that is why the lines of the poem became so famous. Shevchenko tries to warn Ukrainians not to have anything in common with Moscovites, since they only may bring grief and suffering, exactly what they are doing nowadays. But also let's take a look at the painting, how well Shevchenko has expressed the poem's spirit with the magic of these colors.
Kateryna is shown in warm, vivid colors. She has a national dress, but there we already see some hints of her difficult situation. She wears a dress with flowers and ribbons that only girls could wear. But also she has an apron that she is lifting a bit, which signals about her lost virginity. Also, in the painting we already may see her growing belly. Her facial expression shows that she already realizes that her fate will not be easy. The art historians say that while painting Kateryna, partially Shevchenko was inspired by the Sistine Madonna of Raphael Santi. Look at the feet positions and, in general, the dynamics of their movement. There definitely is a connection. But Shevchenko's Madonnas were usual earthly women and mothers. As a contrast to the light Kateryna's character, we see a dark image of Ivan. He looks at Kateryna not kindly and rushes away from her, breaking her life. The image of the dog that is barking at Ivan also gives us the idea that he is чужі or foreign here. The oak tree in the picture symbolizes the Ukrainian nation, and the broken twig symbolizes Kateryna's broken fate. The same as this twig, she is separated from her own people now, broken and alone. And the spoonmaster looks at Kateryna with pity, because he also understands that nothing good is waiting for the girl in the future. The painting is usually exhibited in the National Museum of Taras Shevchenko in Kiev, but till the victory we may observe only its copy.
Of course, my retell of this story was very short and rough, and reading the poem itself would be much more interesting. And that is why in the description I will leave a link to the website where you may read the poem both in Ukrainian and in English, if you'd like to dig a little bit deeper. But anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this Ukrainian cultural video, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. What do you think about this kind of content? Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, because this happens sometimes. I know that many people watch my channel without subscription, so if it's you, please subscribe. Once again, thanks for your attention, and I will see you in my further videos. До побачення!